importance of this game for you?
Well, without saying, it probably is the most important game in Penn State history, being because we have the chance to win the national championship on the field. There have been other big games in Penn State, as in 72 and 69. They've had big Orange Bowl wins. But then again, after the wins, that we didn't get a #1 ranking. We feel at Penn State that if we can win this game, there should be no question that we could be #1. So therefore, I think we're not only going to be playing for ourselves, but for those teams that just got edged out, and for all other teams at Penn State who never got the chance to play for them.
And the fact that a national championship may hinge on the outcome of this game mean to you individually?
Well, that was the main reason I came to the University of Alabama to begin with, was the chance to play for a national championship. And here it is, my 4th year, my senior year, and finally here. And playing Penn State is certainly an honor and a privilege. They rank #1 in the nation, and that's what football is all about, to reach the highest possible goal you can reach. And the winner of this game will probably be the national champion. And that's what it's all about. That's the reason I came.
But he's finally playing on healthy legs for the first time in a long time, and he is double trouble pounding up the middle. There is a youngster on the right side of the wishbone, number 42, a sophomore, Major Ogilvy. He has delivered so many big plays for Alabama this season. 186-pounder, but he runs harder than that. He's a very difficult fellow to bring down. Wide receiver number 4, Keith Pugh, one of the most acrobatic people I've ever seen at this position. He had 20 catches this season, and he will share the work at wide receiver today with senior Bruce Bolton.
Penn State defense. They feel like if they can shift and use man in motion, they can keep the defense off balance. And then, Keith, they have a chance to set up the key play in the wishbone attack. That's the fullback handoff. If they don't do this, they won't have a chance to run wide or throw much.
One of the things that we have here, other than the fact that we have two very good football teams about to play each other, ranked 1-2, we have two great coaches across the field from each other.
Very definitely, Keith. Joe Paterno is one of the great football coaches this nation has ever seen. So he stands for the things that we love in athletics. People admire and respect him. His players love him, and he's a winner in every respect. And Bear Bryant, in the coach's opinion, I think everybody is the greatest motivator of people the game has ever seen. Year after year, Keith, he can come up with a great football team. His teams never see complacency. They give their very best when the best is needed.
More advantageous than those of Penn State in this ball game. Alabama gaining 84 yards on the ground. Penn State is -7 on the ground. Chuck Cassina has been sacked 3 times for 50 yards. Rutledge turns and hands the ball off. They keep it inside to the 21-22. Major Ogilvy carrying. The clock now showing just about a minute to play in the first half. Here was Penn State sitting down on the 37-yard line with a field goal opportunity, as you see time called to the lines to kill the clock. And suddenly the big sack of Pusina by Bragg took him right out of field goal opportunity.
Going back to that lost pass attempt by Pusina, I know that he wishes he'd gone and thrown the ball away when his receivers were covered rather than try to scramble and make something big, because he was in field goal range and they had probably the greatest kicker in America. Could have had a 3-point advantage.
Hey, one thing about those lights we were looking at too, Frank, under punch, it's certain positions on that field, it's hard to see it. You really have to be careful. You don't lose track of it. It's 2nd down and 7. Rutledge swings it out to Nathan. He's got 2 blockers. He's knocked down at the 28-yard line. Matt Millen coming across, number 60, the big 256-pounder from Hokendakwa, Pennsylvania, and another timeout by Penn State with 49 seconds to play in the first half.
They moved Nathan out to flanker back for that particular play, the screen. He was lined up as, wide receiver, and the screen to him, hoping that he could make a run after he caught the football.
It'll be 3rd down. They need 2 yards for the first down as Penn State kills the clock. And you can see the story now on Penn State's points of possession. They have not been particularly good.
Keith, in the season-long statistics, Penn State has not marched for a touchdown over 60 yards but 11 times. So you can see they play conservative, play defense, and kick the ball. And their type of offense, which is power inside, no option play, not a scrambling quarterback, it's hard to have a consistent drive of 70 or 80 yards.
The scoreboard shows 2 timeouts remaining for Penn State, but I don't believe that's correct. They have 1 remaining. No score. 49 seconds to play. 3rd down and 2. Whitman gets the first down for Alabama as he rides it over the right side to the 33, and the clock stopped one more time at 44 seconds to go in the first half. Now let's see if Penn State spends their last timeout. Clock stopped while the chains are moved in college football.
I think.
Wind up the clock. It is rolling. And here's Jim Lampley.
Keith, I just talked to Edmund Seeley, the reserve Alabama quarterback, a couple of minutes ago. They're having a big problem with Bruce Clark, and they're going to start to double-team him all the time.
Hand off to Nathan. Takes it over the right side. Big play by Tony Nathan. All the way to the Penn State 37-yard line. The block that broke him loose came from one Dwight Stevenson to Vince Booth.
Oh, that was electrifying. Let's see it. Little false fake there in the backfield. But in seeing this run, you'll watch that Nathan is wise enough to break out and pick up the block of number 32. Bruce Bolton, his wide receiver, has a chance to go all the way with that block right there. But he gets caught from behind by number 92.
Rick Donald.
Yeah, Rick Donald.
Nathan now 30 yards on that run, 4 carries, 53 yards, 21 ticks remaining on the first half clock. And suddenly it is Alabama now that's down in position perhaps to get 3 points.
Bet Penn State wishes they hadn't used those timeouts and let the clock run out. But Alabama had a little resourcefulness to run that type of play on that situation when they were expecting a pass and playing soft.
Alabama calling the time here. They have 2 remaining. And McElroy on the sidelines is moving around. He tried one from 51 yards, and it was short. He has no history from that distance. So they've got to move him down a little bit closer for him to really be in range. But on a day like this and a game like this, under these circumstances, you never know how much he's jacked up, how much more he can get. Last night in the Blue Bonnet Bowl, they had a wild one. Stanford beating Georgia 25-22. Here's the pitch to Nathan. He cuts it back into the middle. He goes to the 30-yard line, and Alabama calls timeout. With 15 seconds to play in the first half. Alabama has 1 timeout remaining. Penn State has 1 timeout remaining.
Uniroyal tires with nail guard seal most tread punctures instantly, permanently, and repeatedly. Nail guard tires, only from Uniroyal.
Boom! Stop dead in his tracks. That's how fast tough-actin' Tenactin pump spray works. It stops the itching and burning of athlete's foot dead. The only leading brand so tough it prevents athlete's foot. Tackle athlete's foot symptoms in seconds with tough-actin' Tenactin.
Look, here comes another one.
Everybody's going to Burger King to eat more beef and save the chickens from the new movie Chicken Run. And what better way to eat more beef than with a delicious plain-broiled Whopper, especially now that you can get 2 for just $2. Think about it. 2 tasty Whoppers served your way for just $2? Hey, with 2 Whoppers for just $2, you can save a lot of chicken.
You started saving for your kids' college education before they were born. Your wife still thinks of you as her knight in shining armor. And the neighbors know your door is always open. So it comes as no surprise that your auto parts are AC Delco. When the right way is the only way. AC Delco Automotive Parts.
Football is sitting just inside the Penn State 31. It is second down and 4. 15 seconds to play. Alabama with 1 timeout remaining. Rutledge on a roll. Looks down the middle, and it is caught. Touchdown, Bolton. Number 32, Bruce Bolton, going into the end zone, making a diving grab of a bullet from his quarterback, Jeff Rutledge, Kevin Jones to hold, McElroy for the extra point try. The first score of the game comes with 8 seconds to play in the first half. The extra point is good. So it is the senior split end from Memphis, Tennessee, Bruce Bolton, who comes up with the first big play of the game.
Alabama had done their homework because Harris, the safety man, came up to pick up the tight end crossing, and Bolton goes in behind him for the touchdown. You can see a sensational catch right here. What an effort. Cradles the ball right in for the touchdown. Let's watch Bolton right here. Goes down deep and breaks across the middle. As I said, they'd done their homework because Pete Harris had come up. Number 21, McCoy was trying to cover him right there, man for man, with Harris supporting on the tight end. He could not do it. He's open. The ball gets there just on time for the big touchdown.
And it's 7-0 Alabama with 8 seconds to play in the first half. Rutledge now 6 out of 10 for 86 yards and the touchdown. They lay the ball down flat. Is it an onside-er or will they spin it? Let's see.
With it. Just hope it gets to a lineman where they cannot return it.
Hits the chalk on the sideline. They'll bring it back, mark off 5, and kick it again.
I think we ought to go back and mention that Penn State used their timeout back deep in Alabama territory to try to force a kick. But Alabama made the first down, gave them, and consequently a big run by Nathan gave them an opportunity to score.
30-yard run by Tony Nathan was the play that ignited Alabama, put them down in position, but it was a picture play as Matt Millen had the pressure on Rutledge and just took one half step up, and Millen just missed grabbing him for a loss on the play. This game of football, simply put, is acquisition of real estate. I've heard it so many times, but it's also a game of inches like so many other sports contests, and that certainly was the result for Alabama profiting from a near miss. Ball is drilled to the fullback, Torrey, up man in the kick receiving formation for Penn State, and Bob comes back to the 45-yard line, and there's 4 seconds to play as Penn State gets the ball first down at the 45, with Alabama on top by a score of 7-0. They've officially credited Rutledge and Bolton on a 30-yard pass play for the touchdown. Alabama drops back now. They've got 2 center fielders back there. As Bucina sets up the throw, throws as far as he can, and throws it out of bounds. And time has run out in the first half. Score, Alabama 7, Penn State nothing.
I have a dream. I walk out onto the high dive platform at the Olympics and make the perfect back 2.5 twister. Will my Olympic dream come true? Nah, I'm a pole vaulter.
There'll still be some limits to the dreams of Olympic athletes, but none for Olympic Games spectators with Visa, the only card accepted at the Sydney Olympic Games.
I can't even swim.
Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
4,998, 4,999, 5,000.
Enter Pennzoil's Give It a Ride promotion for a chance to win a trip to the 2001 College World Series.
Okay, 5,006. So, what do I owe you?
And $100,000. Enter at Track Auto and other participating retailers, or log on to Pennzoil.com for more information. Plus, get free Rawlings baseball gear when you buy Pennzoil Motor Oil.
Does anyone need a drink?
Don't miss the College World Series beginning June 9th on ESPN.
Are you tired of cleaning over and over again, only to have the same old stains come right back? Then don't clean your kitchen or bathroom. Zap it! Presenting Zap 2000, the professional strength restorer used by contractors for over 7 years. Zap 2000 is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Just pour it on, let it sit, and wipe it off. And in minutes, your surfaces are back like new. Zap 2000 is a restorer, not a cleaner. Ordinary cleaners only work on surface dirt, but Zap 2000 actually penetrates stains to restore surfaces to their original new shine.
You pour it out, you leave it set. There's no rubbing, there's no scrubbing. You go back a couple of minutes later and you just wipe it up, and it's all done.
This shower head is clogged with hard water and mineral deposits. But look, after just one application with Zap 2000, it's restored like new. And watch as Zap 2000 goes to work on this old garden shovel. Years of rust just melt away. Zap 2000 with its fresh wintergreen scent works on porcelain, chrome, fiberglass, toilet bowls, rust, even hard water stains. In fact, Zap 2000 is so effective, it's guaranteed to remove any stain from any of these surfaces or your money back.
It restored my grout to bright white. It cleaned my tile, the bathroom surfaces. It lifted that soap scum off, cleans the hard water stains, the rust, and the smell is fantastic.
Zap 2000 is so concentrated, just one bottle replaces over $50 worth of ordinary cleaners. Call now and receive Zap 2000 Restorer plus Zap 2000 Easy Spray Cleaner and 2 industrial Zap pads, all for only $19.95. But wait, call in the next 5 minutes and we'll double your order for free. That's right, 4 bottles of Zap 2000 for only $19.95. Operators are standing by, so call the toll-free number or send check or money order to ZAP 2000, Box 2220, Agora Hills, California, 91376. Remember, call in the next 5 minutes to receive 2 free bottles of ZAP 2000. Order now.
Hi, I'm old school pitcher Jim Palmer, and this is ESPN Classic. Now that's old school.
Court's in session, and there's love in the air.
I'd like the referee. Stop playing.
June 25th, ESPN Classic presents a positively smashing event. Classic Wimbledon, serving 14 hours of Rod and Billie Jean, Martina and Bjorn, John, Jimmy, Chrissy, and Steffi. It's the annual rite of spring, and we've got history's best. Classic Wimbledon, Sunday at 7, only on ESPN Classic.
So here we go with the second half of play, and one of the questions, Frank Boyles, I have for you, do you think that Alabama may gamble a little bit and try to go one-on-one with Millen and double up on Bruce Clark?
Absolutely. I think they're going to have to. I talked to Bo Ryan of North Carolina State about Clark and Millen, and he said if you don't double-team Clark, he'll give you fits all day long. And that's what's happened. I believe Alabama will make that tactical change, and I think Joe Paterno has got to dislodge from his players' minds the disappointment and the frustrations of the offense where they can have some enthusiasm in this half.
Alan McElroy will kick off for Alabama, and Penn State, Donovan, Stewie, and Coles are deep. He hits it high. Donovan drifts back to the goal line to take it. He's in the end zone, and he'll bring it out to the 20, where Penn State will have the ball first and 10. The offensive back wheel will go with Fusina, Gooman, Stewie, Bassett at the flanker spot. And it'll be Fitzke, Dorney, Cunningham, Corral, Romano, Brown, and Pankey up front. Penn State wearing the white shirts, trailing by a score of 7-0. They were -7 rushing in the first half, and the passing wasn't anything to write home about either.
The reason was the safety blitz and the linebacker blitzes confused them and knocked Casino out of his pass pattern.
All right, let's see what Chuck comes up with here. He pitches it to Gooman. Gooman coming to the right side, getting some help around the corner to about the 24-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 6 as Ricky Gilliland, number 92, knocked him out of bounds. Alabama's defensive front pictured here, and their horses as Wayne Hamilton, who plays a defensive end, Marty Lyons, the All-American tackle, Warren Lyles, the young nose guard, Byron Braggs, who had a tremendous first half, Gary De Niro, defensive end, and I'll say one more time, doesn't anybody ever say hello, Dad? 2nd down and 6 from the 24. Gooman. No, sir. Having no part of it, Hamilton just slid off the block and nailed Gooman. Hit him solid and brought him right down at the 25. The linebackers for Alabama, along with the defensive back. The backers are Barry Krause, another All-American, number 77, and Ricky Gilliland, 92. Don McNeil is a cornerback. Alan Crumbly in and out of the game. Murray Legg is the safety and a very good one, and Jim Bob Harris, the young freshman, playing the free safety spot in place of injured Ricky Tucker. It is 3rd down and 5. Fusina trying to set up a screen, gets it off to Stewie, and Stewie is upended by Murray Legg, number 19, who had diagnosed the play and was in exactly the right place at the right time. Fusina had drifted back, and the Penn State people had let Alabama's charge come on through, but Legg was right there.
That was a double screen, Keith, where he faked it to one side, threw back to the other, but Murray Legg was right there, Johnny on the spot.
New Sugar Bowl attendance record, as you saw reflected there. Fitzke's punt is very, very high, but not all that long, and he doesn't get a roll. It takes an Alabama bounce and kicks out of bounds up at the near the 44-yard line. And so the Tide, once again, gets very good field position. The punt actually traveled only 29. It'll be Rutledge, Nathan Ogilvy, and Whitman. Those are the people we expect. Bolton, Adelet, Brock, Stevenson, Booth, Bunch, Neal. Ogilvy comes to the sidelines now, and Tim Clark, number 80, is in there. So let's see what Bear's going to open with here. Oh, my goodness, he's got 3 people way out. Here is the gadget play of gadget plays. They go to Clark. On a wide receiver screen, there's a penalty flag down, and it's kind of fun, but it didn't gain anything, and probably going to cost them because somebody was out of position. Those are the kind of plays you use on the practice field to keep them interested.
On Thursday, Keith, or maybe on Friday before the ball game. Alabama had motion, I think, because they didn't have 7 men on the line of scrimmage, and the 3 men to the right and 3 men to the left, one of them failed to get up on the line of scrimmage.
Bill Jennings, who heads the Big 8 officiating team, will define it for us as soon as he has placed the ball. He's joined by Cliff Squires, Frank Ellis, John McClintock, Ed Shannon, Dan Upson, and Larry Coben. Here's the announcement.
I got illegal procedure. Not a man on the line on the red. Down 1.
Didn't have enough folks up on the line of scrimmage, right, Frank?
Yeah.
Well, they're going to try it again.
1st and 15. This time he goes over the middle with it. It's all right in the hands of Carl McCoy. I mean, he hit him right in the number.
That was the break that Penn State needed to fire their team up, get them aroused after that first half. Watch Rutledge throw the ball right to McCoy, number 21, right on the number. Boy, is he disappointed, and is the team disappointed. There he's taking his head.
It'll be 2nd down and 15. Ball is back inside 39. Rutledge rides it off to Nathan. He had a banged-up hip early in the ball game, but he's just grinding his teeth and forgetting it, and he turned in a hard run right there. The defensive front for Penn State now, and we'll give you a close look at these big horses. Joe Lally, who's had a big play in the ball game at end. There's big Matt Millen. And Tony Petruccio, that's the chore of going against Stevenson. Bruce Clark, there's big Bruce. And Larry Kubin, sophomore out of New Jersey. The football is just short of midfield, where it is 3rd down and 4. Rutledge wants to throw, does, has Bolton, it's incomplete. Again, the ball could have been caught, but it went right through his hands. The linebackers for Penn State, as Alabama gets ready to punt, are these gentlemen. Paul Suey, the brother of Matt, defensive captain. Lance Mell, who's played very well for the Lions. Rich Malott, who had that big interception in return. Mike Gilson in the defensive secondary, along with Carl McCoy, who just dropped that interception a moment ago. Pete Harris, the safety. Oh, what a kick by Humphrey. Boy, that's a cannon shot, and it's on through the end zone and gone. A 50-yard punt by Woody Humphrey. 12:43 to go in the 3rd quarter. Alabama leads Penn State by a score of 7-0.
Oh.
Still paying too much for car insurance? Geico, a 15-minute call could save you 15% or more. At Geico Auto Insurance, we handle your claim quickly, so you don't have to bum a ride to work. Geico, a 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Once again, a Subaru has received the highest possible rating in recent crash tests. The Legacy has beaten every car tested in its class. But the real story is that with our full-time all-wheel driving system, Subaru can help you avoid accidents altogether. The added safety of full-time all-wheel drive, #1 in crash tests. No wonder the competition keeps beating their heads against a wall. Subaru, the beauty of all-wheel drive.
Football Classics, Wednesdays at 9, only on ESPN Classic. Are you old school?
Penn State trailing 7-0 with the ball. 1st down at their own 20. Penn State offense has just been stalled. Fusina shoots it, passes, intercepted. Brought back by Jim Bob Harris. And here's Alabama knocking on the door. The freshman from Athens, Georgia. There's a penalty flag on the field. Maybe against Alabama. Personal foul, clipping. Alabama. So instead of having the ball down at the Penn State 14, they'll be back up around the 19. A 22-yard return by Jim Bob Harris.
On that interception, Fusina fakes to the tailback, and Fiske is open in the middle, but Jusino has to have lost some of his confidence. He ordinarily would hit him right there, overthrows it. Harris right on the numbers, and the young freshman from Athens, Georgia, a quarterback who led his team to the state championship in Georgia, 14-0 season, makes a fine run, but the clip moves them back. Let's see if we can see the clip.
Yeah, I think so, right back there behind him. Well, whatever, it's all... He was open. Chuck just missed it.
Just missed him. That's what happens when you lose a little bit of confidence.
Ball is back at the 34-yard line from the point of the foul, 15 yards, and Alabama still in good field position as they give it to Nathan, and he is still behind the line of scrimmage by Matt Miller. I sort of wondered if Alabama decided to double up on Clark and go one-on-one with Millen, if it might not make Matt a little madder, and he might play with a little more intensity. That time he certainly did.
He just whipped the blocker and was right there at the line of scrimmage, and when the ball carrier got there, he released from the blocker and made the tackle.
Momentum got him 2. Second down, 8. Double wide left. Double. They've got 3 people over on the right side. That same formation. They've got Nathan over here and Clark over the other side. And the penalty flag is down. And they may get called for the same thing, not having enough people up on the line of scrimmage.
Well, Keith, what's happened is 2 of the men on each side are in the backfield and only 1 up on the line of scrimmage, and 3 and 2 is 5.
No,
so
well, they don't call it that way this time, Frank. They go offside against Penn State.
Oh, did they?
Yep. He sort of gets the feeling Bear's been looking at that play and kind of likes it and says, we're going to keep running it till you guys get it right.
And he's going to throw it out one of these times and throw a lateral to it and make the halfback throw a pass down the field. He's done that before. I've seen it.
It was off this formation, though, that Rutledge threw the interception a while ago that was dropped. And I say interception that was dropped because he hit McCoy absolutely in the hand.
Wait.
Offside defined there by referee Bill Jennings, and that'll cost them 5, moving the ball just inside the 28. 11:55 to go in the third quarter, and Alabama's sitting on a 7-0 lead over number 1 ranked Penn State. Second man, Nathan, gets the ball into the right side to the 25-yard line. He's got to go just inside the 24 for the first down. So he'll have third and very short.
Again, Bruce Clark was in the backfield and redirected Nathan outside. He would like to run over the tackle, but he had to change his course and lost his momentum.
You can see that Nathan has gained 84 yards more than the Penn State running game.
That's incredible, Keith. It's just nearly unbelievable.
Third and a yard. Whitman, the fullback, and he just roars down behind Vince Booth, Jim Bunch, and Dwight Stevenson for the first down. He's like a fallen tree when he gets going.
They moved an unbalanced line, which moved Clark a man wider where they could run the handoff for the fullback over the tackle, but Clark was out over the end because of the unbalanced line.
Well-prepared football team. Nathan, limping some, comes off the field, and Eichner goes in at the halfback position for Alabama. First down just beyond the 21-yard line of Penn State. Whitman, the fullback, comes up over the left side this time, and he reaches the 19, running in behind Adelette and Brock that time, or Adelette in particular. Nathan absorbing a wicked blow on the hip very early in the ball game. He had ice and massage and so forth. Has played very, very well, running for 82 yards, and he produced a big 30-yard run that really set up Alabama's touchdown late in the first half.
That was a key run.
It's second down from the 19-yard line, and 8. Rutledge in trouble, and he gets planted by a blitzing Rich Malott from the linebacker position. Malott just nailed it.
Here he comes. Watch number 28. The hole opens up beautifully for him, and he's able to hit Rutledge in the backfield. Right there, 28 on 11. And that was a key play. It made it 3rd and 10.
3rd down and 10. And let's see what the Bear has suggested to his quarterback. Bolton to the left. Rutledge swings it out short to Eichner. Missed by 1. Now he goes down. Actually lost on the play, back to around the 24-yard line. Great pursuit that time by Penn State.
long yardage situation. Penn State had loosened up their defense, and they were ready for a screen of some kind, and they played it beautifully.
McElroy comes onto the field with his kicking tee and puts it down at the 30-yard line, so it'll be a 40-yard field goal try by McElroy, trying to make it a 10-0 ball game. He's 1 for 1 at this distance. Longest this year was a 41-yarder. A hole by Jones. Got enough leg. Missed it. Oh, he missed it. Off to the right. Didn't get any hook in it at all. 9:06 to go third quarter, and it's still a 7-0 ball game.
If you're ready to lose weight, muscle up.
It's a world ruled by malice.
You will know that I am the game.
Where the mighty reign.
As good as you are, The Rock is simply better.
And vengeance fuels the rage.
I'm calling your out.
The Rock, Triple H, Undertaker, Vince McMahon, Shane. WWF King of the Ring, June 25th on direct ticket pay-per-view. Order with your remote and you may receive a free Stone Cold Cooler. For details, visit WWF.com.
Looking to get up to speed on your DirecTV system? I'm Tanya Memme for Customer News from DirecTV. We're here to help you with your DirecTV system and service. This month we'll help you troubleshoot your remote control, show you how to get the best sound from DirecTV, even walk you through the parental control features on your DirecTV receiver. We'll give you an update on our local channel expansion plans and tell you how to get plugged into a free preview of a brand new programming package. You'll find Customer News from DirecTV on channel 201. See you there.
These eyes see things that other eyes can't even imagine. These eyes have seen streaking receivers, blitzing linebackers, adoration, admonishment, and challenge. With NFL Sunday Ticket on DirecTV, your eyes will see the glory and the story of 13 games every Sunday of the regular season. Use your remote, tune to Channel 213, and order NFL Sunday Ticket today. Because the eyes have it.
An assortment of signs hanging from the rafters here at the Superdome. Here's one of the more artistic ones there. And here's Penn State with the ball. First down. The football is at the 23-yard line. Giussina's back to throw. Trying to get something going. Going deep. He's got Fitzke going down, and it is incomplete. Depending on the play, Alan Crumley. And Giussina not really able to get enough on it. I think Fitzke might have been able to outrun Crumley on that play, but the ball's kind of hung up in the air. And Marty Lyons, in the meantime, laid the Penn State quarterback on the rug.
Penn State has gone into two tight ends on this particular play. They have time to throw the ball, and you see that Fitzke is in behind Crumley right here. If the ball had been thrown properly, it would have been a touchdown, but it was underthrown. Crumley was able to collision the receiver at the time the ball got there incomplete.
Giussina now is 3 out of 10 in passing for 30 yards, and he's been sacked 3 times for 50. Booker Moore. Second down, runs it up across the 25 to right about the 30. They may put him at the 29. Mark right in between the 29 and the 30. And it'll bring up third down. Penn State's got to go to the 33. So they need just about 4 yards.
We have a tactical change in Penn State's offense. They're using two tight ends.
Donovan in motion, too much time. Too much time. In case you wonder how that's illegal procedure they're whistling here. Look like Jim Brown moved in the line, huh? Okay. Well, got to be getting a little, Penn State people got to be getting a little frustrated on that offensive team.
They've lost their momentum, they've lost their confidence, and it disturbs their faith, and they silence their leaders when you have this much difficulty.
Penalties now. Penn State 5 flags for 26 yards. Alabama 5 for 40 yards. On 3rd and 8, pass thrown to Bassett on the sidelines. He is hammered, knocked out of bounds. It's amazing to me. He held on to it, but he's a very resourceful football player, and it's a first down for the Lions. At that time, Giussina put something on that ball.
He rifled it in. Let's watch it again. You're going to see a spectacular catch by number 81, Bob Bassett, right on the boundary, pushing off as if he's going to run deep. He has to turn back. He juggles the ball. He's going to get hit right there by Crumley, number 17, but he keeps possession.
and clearly had his feet in bounds. That's Mike Rubin carrying the ball over the left side, cutting it back in the middle now as he found a little room as Corral and Romano were able to open the door for him. And he's out close to the 40-yard line. He's got just about 4 yards on that carry, a little bit more.
The first time they've really had any yardage on first down, which has destroyed the continuity of their offense. Nothing on first down.
Randy Scott's in the linebacking position, replacing Ricky Gilliland. Here's the screen set up, and it goes to Gooman, and Gooman's got a Penn State first down and a penalty flag on the field. So hang on. If the play stands, it'll be good for a first down.
You started saving for your kids' college education before they were born. Your wife still thinks of you as her knight in shining armor. And the neighbors know your door is always open. So it comes as no surprise that your auto parts are AC Delco. When the right way is the only way. AC Delco Automotive Parts.
Deck and patio owners, have you ever been frustrated by the weather on your deck or patio? Struggling with the blazing hot midday sun or those unpredictable summer showers? At last, there's a solution that lets you outsmart the weather. It's the easy-to-use and affordable Sunsetter retractable awning. And right now, you can get the whole Sunsetter story in this free catalog and video. Inside, you'll discover how the easy-to-use Sunsetter can help you to enjoy your deck or patio more, rain or shine. In fact, it's like adding a whole extra outdoor room to your home. The easy-to-use Sunsetter is simple to operate, opening almost effortlessly in less than 30 seconds to create an instant outdoor shelter when sudden showers strike. And a comfortable shaded retreat on those hot, sunny days. In fact, with Sunsetter, you'll stay up to 30 degrees cooler even on the hottest summer days. Plus, our easy-to-add accessories turn Sunsetter into a complete outdoor living room, perfect for insect-free enjoyment and entertaining all day and right into those balmy summer nights. All for thousands less than adding a costly addition to your home. Plus, we'll even take you inside to show you why our remarkable 7-layer awning fabric is so incredibly durable and completely waterproof. And because we manufacture Sunsetter ourselves and sell direct to you, we're able to offer incredible factory direct prices that save you hundreds of dollars. So stop struggling with the weather. Start enjoying your deck or patio more than ever before with the easy-to-use and affordable Sunsetter retractable awning. Call for your free video and catalog today.
To receive your free video and catalog on the Sunsetter retractable awning, including exciting details about a special savings offer on now, just call toll-free 1-800-861-2650. That's 1-800-861-2650. Call now.
ESPN Classic is coming to you live, celebrating 2 whole days of the greatest sports in Baltimore and Washington, D.C. history. From Cal Ripken becoming baseball's new Iron Man, to John Wiggins powering the Skins to a Super Bowl win. ESPN Classic is the place to see your hometown heroes. So remember, join Stuart Scott live for 2 days of the Beltway Fest. Patriot Games, Classic Baltimore, D.C. starts Friday, June 30th at noon, only on ESPN Classic.
Penn State are moving back.
Yeah. Procedure again. That's a lack of concentration most of the time.
Lack of concentration, Chief, and then in this stage of the game, I really feel that they are stunned a little bit because they haven't had any success. And talking to their coaches at halftime, it seemed that Alabama's disguising or hiding their defense and causing a problem.
Backfield in motion, second down and 11 for Penn State. The football is near the 34. Bushina will throw. Throws it short. Pass is complete to Pankey, the tight end, and Irv is up to the 39 and then driven back. So that's well short of the first down. It'll bring up third down, and Joe Paterno sends Tom Donovan in with the play. give Sankey on the pass reception, the 40-yard line, where it's 3rd down and 5. Alabama blitzing. They had red pass. Scott's after him. Cusino's pass is away, and it's underthrown as Randy Scott was blitzing, and he got there. They had 3 people coming. It was 50 that made the contact, and so Penn State will have to kick it away.
Coaches understand if you don't have an option play, running mostly power, you can blitz on most any occasion, and on that occasion, Penn State did not pick it up.
Those are astounding statistics. 7th punt of the ball game for Fitzke. Hangs it up. Eichner watches it, and it goes out of bounds. All right, Billy Jackson is in there at the fullback position along with Nathan. And Jackson carries a 196-pound sophomore from Phoenix City. Got a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9 at the 30 for Alabama. Got about a yard and a half on the carry with 6:17 to go in the 3rd quarter. Alabama 7, Penn State nothing. Physical football game. Rutledge outside to Major Ogilvy, and bingo. Penalty flag is down as Joe Lally came across to make the defensive play from his defensive end position. So let's read the flag here. That's Paul Suey, defensive captain, number 65, talking to the referee, Bill Jennings. So obviously the penalty call is against Alabama, and he's giving him the option of it because there was a loss on that play.
I got motion on the red club, decline, down to 3rd.
An interesting call here, Keith, is whether they'll put the ball in the air or try to run a safe play like a draw on option.
The way Humphrey's been punting, he's becoming a bigger weapon all the time. Oh, they're going to put it up. Pass is intercepted. Intercepted by Pete Harris, who led the country in interceptions this year, his 2nd. Marvelous effort by Harris. That's Franco Harris's younger brother.
Keith, that is what defensive coaches say is a sensational play because Clark is open momentarily, but while the ball is in the air, watch Harris come right in front. Look at the ground. He covers while the ball is in the air. That's why he intercepted 10 passes this year to lead the nation. Here's another run of it. It's out pattern. Clark, number 80. He's open momentarily. Sensational play right in his hands. Back to live action.
That's Bob Torrey at fullback, carries the ball right up the middle. It was 1st down, Penn State at the Alabama 48-yard line. Now on the carry by Torrey, the ball is advanced to the 43 with a better part of 5 yards. Call it 2nd down and a little more than 5. And Donovan is wide to the left side, and he is really quick. But they come back to the tight side. Booker Moore carries and goes nowhere. In fact, Booker lost a yard. I don't know who put the defensive plan together for Alabama, but whoever did it borders on pure genius.
I agree with you. I talked to the defensive coaches, Keith. They said they took the last game that Penn State played, charted it, and went back each play until each game until the first game, and by then they knew exactly what they wanted.
Of course, it does help to have people like Marty Lyons, number 93.
Just an All-American, 112 tackles for a defensive lineman. That's sensational.
Ball is at the 44, 3rd down and 6. Cusino wants to throw, goes to Gooman. And Mike Gooman, who consistently figures in big plays for Penn State, takes the football inside the 20, a 24-yard gain. 1st down, Penn State. And the first real threat of the ball game by the Lions.
It's a double wing formation, and Gooman was lined up at the wing back. He's wide open because the defensive end rushed. No one there to make the play until McNeil, number 28, and Harris finally get to Gooman.
Just inside the 20, 1st down, Lions. Ball given to Gooman. Gooman dives. They'll give him to about the 17, better part of 3. 2nd down and 7 coming up.
Interception pass by Harris, setting up this golden opportunity by Penn State. Turns the momentum around.
Joe Paterno shuffling his tailback. The Gooman leaves and Moore comes in, number 48. And we're reaching the stage of this ball game, I think, where you get to deal with one of those things that coaches love to talk about. It's that old bottom line thing called character. From the 17th, you've seen it to throw it. Throws into the end zone. Touchdown. Fitzke had one foot in the end zone as he caught the ball. Extra point to tie the game. Wilson. At 4:25 to go in the third quarter, we're even at 7. Here's the touchdown.
Fitzke was lined up at tight end, even though he's the wide receiver, so that he'd have the speed to get into the middle on a 2-deep defense. Watch the sensational catch. Watch the foot come down. Right there inside. One is all you need in college football. A sensational play by Scott Fitzke, but also a great throw keep by Fusina and lay it up and let it drop down in the open area.
That's using all of the field, isn't it?
Left foot hit inside the end zone line.
And so we're tied at 7 here in quarter 3.
Excuse me.
Pardon me.
I've got to have a Whopper.
And I must have a Whopper Junior.
Well, I need a double Whopper.
We have to save the chickens.
Chickens? What chickens?
Look, here comes another one.
Now that you can get 2 tasty Whoppers for just $2, you can save the chickens from the new movie Chicken Run and eat more beef. Hey, with 2 Whoppers for just $2, you can save a lot of chickens.
Yeah, I've been having this problem with my girlfriend.
Diarrhea. Get it, and you want it gone.
Really good listener.
Imodium Advanced combines 2 medicines that relieve diarrhea plus cramps and bloating faster.
Was I right to invite my mom to my honeymoon?
Absolutely.
Imodium Advanced.
When I go, I get in the zone and everything gets left behind, especially my old antiperspirant. It never kept me dry. But then it wasn't made for guys who sweat heavy. This new one is. High Endurance Red Zone. It's different, better. The strongest form of wetness protection ever made, just for guys who sweat big. Nothing is stronger. It absorbs in your skin like a lotion to help stop odor and sweat where it starts. Guaranteed. Or call 1-800-PROVE-IT and Old Spice will buy you a stick of yours. Come on, take a dry run in the red zone. Intense protection for intense people.
There's the man that made the play. Wide receiver Scott Fitzke, the blue and white, roaring. And here's the kickoff as Matt Barr hangs it a mile high, drives Ogilvy into the end zone, and Major will stay there. And Alabama will have it first down at the 20, and here's a different angle look at the touchdown.
You see him dropping back, looking outside, but Fitzke had lined up at tight end. He's looking to the left, drew the safety man Harris over. He was caught out of position, but watch this sensational catch. His left foot comes in the end zone. Legal touchdown in college. 1 foot is all that's required.
So that point is well documented, lest Alabama faithful would doubt the veracity or the completion of the play, but it was, for a fact, good by about 2 feet. And the play over the right side as Alabama running from the 20-yard line, Whitman carrying, and here's one more look at a spectacular touchdown play for the Lions.
Give Joe Paterno credit for the strategy of lining up Fitzke tight end where he gets a little bit lost going down the middle as you cannot see a safety man. Where did he go? Where is the safety man? He was fooled on the play, as you can see right there. Ricky Tucker, the starting safety
well,
man.
Well, actually, looked to me like because he was lined up at tight end, a linebacker had the assignment of cover him and couldn't do it. Ricky Gilliland just couldn't stay with him. Here's Rutledge, sacked. So they double up on Bruce Clark, and suddenly here comes Matthews.
Didn't I say the Lord's on the side of the team, the two best tackles? Look at the isolation right here. He slants inside, comes back up the field, squares up his shoulders, and makes the play on Rutledge.
Great piece of camera work. Our director, Andy Sedaris, guys who've worked with us all through the season. Ball is back at the 17-yard line, and the Penn State defense is just raging right now. Millen again, number 60.
Boy, is he fired up. There's a penalty gave, but I believe that Alabama was not legally set 1 second. But in any event, Millen shows what we talked about. He can get cranked up, too.
It is now up to Alabama, having committed a mistake there as an illegal motion, to regain their poise.
Absolutely. They've become a little bit rattled here. That touchdown shook them up. They had everything going their way.
Punting time for Humphrey with Suey and Gooman deep. There's the time remaining, third quarter. A lot of time left. 7-7 ball game. Number 1 Penn State, number 2 Alabama. The 45th Sugar Bowl game. Humphrey, another beauty. Oh, has he had a day punting. Suey backs up at the 30. And down at the 32. It was a 51-yard punt.
2 plays for $1. When I was a kid, a handful of nickels would keep the jukebox playing all night long.
Yeah, you know, you can't get much for $1 these days.
Yeah, but you can get all your long-distance calls for just 99 cents.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
He's right. Just dial 10-10-220 and all calls up to 20 minutes are only 99 cents and just 7 cents a minute after that. No fees, no signing up. Just dial 10-10-220.
Get yourself out of here.
How do you like me now?
Look, here comes another one.
Everybody's going to Burger King to eat more beef and save the chickens from the new movie Chicken Run. And what better way to eat more beef than with a delicious flame-broiled Whopper, especially now that you can get 2 for just $2. Think about it. 2 tasty Whoppers served your way for just $2? Hey, with 2 Whoppers for just $2, you can save a lot of chickens.
Introducing new Castrol Super Clean Tire Gloss. It's specially formulated to give tires a brilliant shine. New Castrol Super Clean Tire Gloss. Shinier longer than all leading brands.
Insects love my lawn, and they seem to just zero in on it, and they tend to eat your grass. And before you know it, you've got some brown spots. Well, Turf Builder with insect control works great. It feeds the lawn really well, and then, of course, it gets rid of the insects. But fertilizing in the summer is not something a lot of people do. It's a very important step when the heat just really zaps the lawn. And the insect control especially keeps those insects from eating your lawn at its weakest. So I feed the lawn and get rid of those insects all at the same time. I love Scott's.
Booker Moore and Bob Torrey are the setbacks now behind Chuck Fusina. Chuck rolls out, gets in the clear, and then misses Fitzke on that roll play. Now, this, frankly, is a play that I'm surprised we haven't seen more of because it is on that side of the defensive alignment where Alabama has been hurt by injuries with E.J. Jr., John Morrow, and Ricky Tucker all would be playing.
That's the first time, Keith, they put 2 receivers to that side, as you mentioned, and they had one of them open.
Mike Clements, number 43, has had to move in there and work there, so I'm sure that Fusina's got his eye on him. But in the meantime, he hands to his fullback, and Bob Torrey just disappears underneath big old Curtis McGriff. Curtis is 257 pounds from the fine little town of Cottonwood, Alabama.
Keith, the Alabama defense has been sensational, just all the game.
Third down now, and they need a little more than 7 yards to keep possession of the ball. The score is tied at 7-7. And both touchdowns were purely spectacular. Let's pass it wide to the top of your picture, out of the picture, and Fusina's looking at it. He's on. Legg got him. Murray Legg, blitzing safety coming from the blind side, and he gets Fusina. It is that kind of a play where your quarterback can really get clobbered, but Legg didn't really get a solid hit. That's the 4th sack, and Alabama's defense now has nailed the Penn State quarterback for 60 yards and lost it.
There's Legg, number 19, coming from the right side of your screen on a safety blitz, unblocked.
And Fitzke to punch. Pretty good kick. Going to run Lou Eichner well back to the 27. Look at here. Finally dragged down by number 63 of Penn State, Matt Bradley. A tremendous return and great downfield blocking by the Alabama football team. Watch this blocking form and then watch Eichner use it.
That's one of the prettiest plays in football. He gets to the wall. Watch him pick up the blockers on the right. Set up his block right here, cutting back inside, picking up blockers. Alabama red shirts makes another man miss him. Finally, Bradley, number 63, brings him down.
62-yard return of the punt. Byron Braggs, that big tackle, was downfield and really made a big block. So Lou Eichner takes a breather, and it's first down Alabama at the Penn State 11-yard line. Big play. Whistle and flag.
The cause of that was Rutledge changing the play at the line. Bunch got a little anxious, number 63. Oh, I don't blame him. That takes you right out of your game plan. First and 10, first and 15 is a big difference close to the goal line.
Tony Nathan getting definition of the penalty from the referee, Bill Jennings. And the ball is back at the 16-yard line, first down and 15. Rutledge keeping and turns it right into a stack at the 15-yard line. Kind of an interesting little piece of side action going over there on the sidelines where Neal, the tight end, had cut down Gilson and the defensive back. And it could well be that if Jeff had gone that way, he'd have had some room. Well, they mark it back outside the 15 at the 16. Second down and still about 15. That's Mayfield. And on the old student body right, he's inside the 10 to about the 9. And running behind solid blocking is Major Ogilvy, and Steve Whitman really threw a couple of cut-down blocks for him. Time winding down now with less than a minute to play in the third quarter.
That was a good call right there, Keith. They had no luck with a wishbone where they're getting penetration. They just turn and pitch the ball, get outside of those crashing linemen, and make a big play.
Ball is very near the 8-yard line. Rick Neal and Tim Travis, pair of tight ends in there on third down and 7. Rutledge just missed by Millen behind the line of scrimmage. It's Ogilvy. Touchdown. Major Ogilvy takes it in from the 8-yard line, and Alabama's back on top. Alabama's poise has been restored, keyed by that 62-yard punt return by Lou Eichner. And here's Alan McElroy for the extra point try. It is good. No flags, it'll stand. 21 seconds to go in the third quarter, and Alabama regains the lead 14-7.
Your body is an incredible... Mystic Music presents Red Hot. 35 scorching red hot hits. Fiery red hot rock songs will set your speakers ablaze. Red hot dance songs will set the floor on fire. Red hot love songs will ignite your passion. Red Hot is too hot to be sold in stores, so call now to get your own sizzling collection. 2 cassettes for only $19.95. 2 CDs, only $26.95. Here's how to order.
Call 1-800-313-0400 or send $19.95 for 2 cassettes or $26.95 for 2 CDs plus $4.95 shipping to the address on your screen. Call now.
The force opposite to velocity is aerodynamic drag.
Sometimes I like to think of my arm being like a whip.
Angular momentum conservation derives from the spinning motion or spiral.
Follow through, thumb down.
Simple aerodynamics. So order NFL Sunday Ticket on DirecTV and watch physics get physical. Use your remote, tune to channel 213 and get the entire 2000 NFL Sunday Ticket season for just $149. Order today.
Just throw the ball.
9-yard punt by Humphrey. It's first down Penn State at the 30. And Matsui runs it up to the 37-yard line. There, it looked like Don McNeil got a hold of it, number 28. That's who's getting up. I tell you, Suey is 211 pounds, and he's a tough guy. Boy, he runs hard, and he really stopped that time.
There's the stats again. Penn State only 5 yards rushing through 3 1/4, a little over.
Never. Second down, and it's Booker Moore diving for the first down out beyond the 40 to the 41 where Rich Wingo. And Rich is a well-known linebacker for Alabama, but he got kneed in the back, and he's had spasms and nerve troubles with it for half the season. But he's in there right now. Barry Krause comes out. And, Randy Scott comes out, and Barry Krause goes in at linebacker now.
Krause is the emotional leader, Steve. Fires up the defense.
41-yard line, first down line. 14-7 Alabama, 11:35 to play in the ball game. Booker Moore runs it up the middle, and they're finding a little more daylight here all of a sudden in the middle of the Alabama defense as he comes up near the 46-yard line.
The best way to help your pass protection, Keith, is to establish some running game, and that's what Penn State seems to be doing right here, running up the middle as much as possible to slow down that run.
Lions came in with a 19-game winning streak. There have been many memorable winning streaks stopped in postseason play. One of the longer ones, Oklahoma's 31-game streak by Kentucky in the Sugar Bowl in 1951. Bucina gives to Moore. Look at that defensive play by E.J. Jr., number 39. Wow. He's on his tummy, and he reached up and knocked him down.
Moore, that was a great play by Junior, but Moore should have seen that. He had the ball deep in the backfield as he cut away from it, go back up inside. He chose to go outside, and Junior made a sensational play. Let's watch it again. Number 32 on the wide of the screen. Suey throwing the block on Junior. Has him blocked, but Moore tries to go outside when he had the soft daylight inside.
It's third down and 8. You've seen his pass to the sidelines, complete to Gooman, and he's beyond the marker for a first down. So the Lions stay alive with a first down at the Alabama 47-yard line.
See, that was the same pass pattern they threw to Gooman over on the corner to set up their touchdown. Fake. They were in a double wing right there. Gooman goes right in behind the trailing split in. He's open momentarily. You've seen us right on target.
Jim Bob Harris making the tackle. If he had overrun him just a little bit, he'd had quite a bit of room down that sideline. First down Lions, Alabama 47. Deep drop over the middle, complete. The pass is caught by Brad Scoble, number 80. Brad Scoble, who made a couple of big plays in Penn State's victory over Ohio State early in the season.
Chief, I've been wondering when they were going to their tight ends, firing the linebackers, rushing them. The tight end is usually open in the middle. That time he was for a big play. They're on the move right now.
29-yard line of Alabama. First down, Penn State. Booker Moore. Well, there isn't anything over there. E.J. Jr., that defensive end, had put himself in exactly the right place, and he was just waiting. He accepted Booker Moore with a howdy.
E.J. Jr.'s had a full hamstring, hadn't been able to practice for 2 or 3 days, and that's the reason he hadn't played too much in this ball game. But he's made 2 sensational plays.
Warren Lyles, the Alabama nose guard who started, also has a little hamstring trouble. That loss is back to the 34-yard line. It's second down and 16. Bucina on a deep drop, going to the corner. Bassett's over there. It is incomplete. No, intercepted by McNeil. And Alabama will bring it out to the 20. Double coverage Jim Bob Harris and Don McNeil going down, and they slammed the door.
Here it is again. You can see Bassett going on the fly pattern, but I hope the camera will show how wide open Pitchke is down the middle. But here is McNeil, number 28, and Harris, the safety, both over on the play. Of course, Harris has his hands on it, but then McNeil comes down with it.
That is the third interception of Chuck Bucina in the ball game. 9:18 to play in the ball game. Alabama leading 14-7. They have the ball first down at the 20.
Philips CD recorder. Burn your own CDs.
I'll be right back with your new low Geico rate. Great. I can save you over $250.
Every week, 10,000 drivers switch their car insurance to Geico. We take all the necessary precautions. Geico Direct. A 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Busy day. What?
I'm Gil Sayers, and you're watching ESPN Classic, and I love ESPN Classic.
Time becoming a big factor in this ball game. Still a lot of it, 8:03, but for Chuck Bucina, so far, it's been a pretty long day. Alabama right now on 3rd and 5. Rutledge, Hopkins. Oh, Penn State's got it. Penn State's got it at the 19-yard line. Joe Lally, number 84. Ball was loose on the ground. It was a very bad pitch by Rutledge as he was under pressure and couldn't get it to his back.
Let's watch again on this play. It's I formation option, triple option. Watch Rutledge. Should he pitch the ball? He pitched it before he got to the defensive end, and of course Lally is right there. 84, Surrey number 65, recover big play.
First down at the Alabama 19-yard line. Matt Suey runs it up the middle, tears his way inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. What a turnaround in the ball game. Alabama leading 14-7. Turned the ball over to Penn State, and Suey on the first play over the right side behind Brown. Romano was hammering inside the 10 and looks like he's got it first and goal.
Look at the blockers. A little trap play right there. Double team in the nose man. Suey had a nice opening. Big play. Good game.
First and goal to go from the 8 of Alabama. Double wide to the left of Penn State. Ball is pitched to Gooman. Gooman turns it back up in the middle and gets to the 6-yard line. As the Alabama defense was moving quickly to the play. And Marty Lyons, 93, and Ricky Gilliland, 92.
Chief, if they do score, Penn State cannot afford a tie for them at times, so will they go for 2?
Gilliland dragging an arm, coming out. Going in to replace him, number 36, Rich Wingo. 9 there. What a turnover that was. Alabama's had only one first down in this half, so the Penn State defense continues to play very, very well. The offense started to come alive. Second down and goal to go from the 6. Bucina on a roll to the right. Puts it up. It is good. Pitchke. And he is knocked out of bounds at the 1-yard line. And I want to tell you something, folks. There was one whale of a defensive play
by Alabama's Don McNeil because Fitzke has momentum and McNeil just won't let him come in.
Number 46, Fitzke is playing right out. Watch Neal, who is playing the deep man, come up and make the play. He's not even covering Fitzke. Number 28 makes a sensational play to prevent the touchdown.
So it is 3rd and goal to go at the 1-yard line. Crowd roaring. And referee Bill Jennings doesn't even wait for Fusina to step away. He can hear the crowd, too, and he just stops it right there because he's entitled to have his team hear him call the count. 6-5-7 to go in the ball game, and Penn State trying to tie the score right here. If we get down, Frank, into the late moments and Penn State has any kind of field position at all, Matt Barr becomes such an important factor.
So they may just kick it tied up right here.
Dewey and Gooman. Dewey died. He didn't make it. He got about a half of it. Rouse and McGriff, primarily the people. Could be the ball of wax right here. 4th and goal, time for Penn State. Will be very deliberate about the circumstances. They may not have another opportunity quite like this. 6 minutes and 44 seconds to play in this big ball game.
This guy comes in, eats a taco salad, and gets heartburn. So I give him Tums. He says now he only puts good stuff in his body because his body's a temple. A temple. So I say Tums is good stuff. It's so safe, doctors recommend it for pregnant women, and there's nothing faster. Nothing. So he takes it.
Tums knocks out heartburn fast with natural, healthy calcium. None of these can give you that.
Then he orders a banana split. So I say, I guess the temple is feeling a little better now, huh?
You started saving for your kids' college education before they were born. Your wife still thinks of you as her knight in shining armor. And the neighbors know your door is always open. So it comes as no surprise that your auto parts are AC Delco. When the right way is the only way. AC Delco Automotive Parts.
What I was trying to do here was capture the hopelessness of modern life. There's no vases, no fruit, it's just quiet. It's permanent, but yet expansive. It's the same here as it is from here. In fact, it's me.
You ran out of paint and the art store wouldn't take a check again, right?
Right.
Consider the Visa check card instead of checks, or cash. It's fast, easy, and accepted everywhere Visa is, so you can get what you need.
What I was trying to do here...
And get on with life.
The yard marker in the Sugar Bowl shows a half a yard to go for the touchdown and the possibility of tying or going ahead for Penn State. 19-game win streak, only undefeated team in the country, ranked number 1 in the nation. Alabama ranked number 2. Everything could be hanging on 4th and goal with a half a yard. Gooman. He didn't make it. Tremendous goal line effort by Alabama. Turns Penn State away from a half a yard. An Alabama man is down on the field. I can't be definite that it looks like it might be Barry Krause. I think he just kind of got caught in the crush underneath. It could have been him who came over the top to freeze the lunge of Gooman because Mike was trying to go over the top. Wingo and Krause and Hamilton and Lyons all sort of stood up, and they stopped him short. So it is Barry Krause who is taken and down on the field right now.
Chief, Paterno went by formation on that last call, took the ball deep in the backfield, as you said, to allow Gooman to jump. But what happens on the goal line defense, the linemen are penetrating, the linebackers won't stop it. Let's see it right here. The linebacker Krause, number 77, has got to take the tackle on the back, diving across the goal line. Sensational play and maybe prevented Penn State from winning the national championship.
Rouse ran off the field, so he went head-on with Gooman and took a solid shot, but he got the job done. That's what he'll remember as the years go by. Alabama out of the end zone. And the play moves out to about the 5. Before the running back, Tony Nathan, is brought down, and there's Barry Krause now, who's collecting his wits after that hit. Still a little groggy, looks like.
Steve, I don't know that I can remember a more dramatic situation than we had. 2 downs to make a foot. Kyle go ahead in the football game for the national championship.
Alabama on 2nd down and 6. Penn State defense trying to pin Alabama deep down here so that they can force Bama to punt and get the ball in good field position as we go inside 6 minutes to play.
Didn't you show the film to half of Ara Parseghian throwing a pass right here in the same pressure, the same situation, hitting the key pass and winning the ball game for Notre Dame and upsetting Alabama?
Tom Clements to Robin Weber. 3rd down and about 5. They stay on the ground and don't get the 1st down. So the Penn State defense does the job, and Alabama will have to punt it from the end zone, and the Lions shouldn't be any worse than midfield. Still plenty of time. Clock running at 5:20 to go in the game.
Penn State defense stopped them again as they have most of this football game. The offense has not made any yardage, has not been able to make any consistent drives. They've been playing most of the ball game.
Humphreys had a pretty good day punting, had one bad one for 9 yards. Oh, it bounces back to him. And he gets another ball out of there, and there's a penalty flag thrown way back upfield by the back judge.
Would you believe there's 12 men on the field?
Who?
By Penn State.
Oh, hello.
And that is 15 yards, if that is what I think it is. They were counting. 92 did not know whether he was to get off the field or not. He's showing his hand, so he's the one.
That's what it is. Joe Paterno in the Orange Bowl profited from Kansas having 12 men on the field to win a ball game. Here, the law of averages finally catches up, I guess. I don't know what it is. Fate, call it what you want. Indecision, confusion. But it will give Alabama a 1st down.
A 15-yard penalty when you play with 12 men. If one's trying to get off the field, it's only a 5-yard penalty.
Penn State would have had the ball in Alabama territory. But they really never...
12 men on the field on the white trophy.
So it may very well have cost Penn State the national championship.
Let's see if the defense can come back and stop them one more time. They've still got time if they can make them the tango offense 3 times and punt.
Marking off the penalty, which brings the ball way upfield. All the way out to the 22-yard line.
The sleek, new 200-horsepower Chevy Monte Carlo SS.
Hot.
The side you show the world is up to you. Monte Carlo will be there.
You think you're harder on your engine than most people? Well, good. Because there's a new motor oil made to take it. Introducing new Pennzoil Synthetic with Penzane. Penzane was developed for the space program and is used by NASA. Don't change your driving. Just change your oil. Pennzoil Synthetic. It's rocket science for your car. Get your rocket science. Look for Pennzoil Synthetic at your local AutoZone.
Excuse me.
Pardon me.
I've got to have a Whopper.
And I must have a Whopper Junior.
Well, I need a double Whopper.
We have to save the chickens.
Chickens? What chickens?
Look, here comes another one.
Now that you can get 2 tasty Whoppers for just $2, you can save the chickens from the new movie Chicken Run and eat more beef. Hey, with 2 Whoppers for just $2, you can save a lot of chickens.
Penn State players stunned.
That's two big breaks in the kicking game. One on the punt return by Eichner that set up the go-ahead touchdown. And as we said earlier, breaks in the kicking game stun your football team. It gives them dispirited, makes them dispirited.
While we're waiting for the punt, let's pause 5 seconds to allow our local stations to identify themselves. Didn't say where he's going to punt. They're going to run the ball. Just run it and run it and run it. Clock goes now with the snap of the ball at 5:03. An incredible turnaround. Nathan runs it out to the 28, close to the 29. Alabama turns it over. Penn State gets it a half a yard away from the goal line. 2 plays to take it in. Can't do it. Then Alabama's punting. Penn State figures to get the ball no worse than midfield. Penn State gets caught with 12 men on the field. 15-yard penalty gives Alabama the first down. The score is 14-7, and the clock is running at 4.5 minutes to play in the game. That's Major Overdick. Every time an Alabama back progresses up the field, this great, huge building roars with its record crowd of more than 76,000 watchers.
Major Ogilvie made a key cut on that play. He was going outside. He saw a little daylight, and when he turned upfield, Keith, he looked like a truck going down.
76,824, which is a new Superdome Sugar Bowl record. First down, Alabama, as the ball is advanced to the 34-yard line. Nathan. He finds daylight on the right side as he got some solid blocking to turn that corner. And Pete Harris, the safety, made the stop for Penn State.
Penn State could not have played the play any better, but Nathan set up his block, faking inside. He broke out and picked up 4 or 5 vital yards.
Nathan now, 18 carries and 115 yards. He's got to be in the running for the MVP. Exactly 4 minutes to play in the game. 4 minutes. It is second down at the 39-yard line and 5 to go. Penalty flag thrown by the referee in the Alabama backfield. So that may be a flag against the tie. Procedure, Alabama. And look at the bear crowd. Oh, my goodness.
Alabama tried to run on a quick count, and all 11 players were not set for 1 second.
He sends Adelette back in the ball game. McCombs comes out. Ball is moved back 5 yards to the 34, where it is second down.
He ought to put it on.
Second down and 10. Rutledge gets up. Oh! He kept it, and Kubin, defensive end, Larry Kubin, got him. That's Chuck Houston on the sideline, anxiously watching, hoping. That's all he can do right now is hope. And you see the time winding away, definitely the friend of Alabama.
Watch Rutledge on this particular play. Larry Kubin, number 74, he wasn't going to pick it because last time it was a fumble, and also Millette was right in the line of fire.
Whistle, whistle, and it stopped. Again, it's a procedure call against Alabama. That's the second one in this possession. 3 minutes and 20 seconds to play in the football game. Bill Jennings takes the ball back to the 29-yard line. It is now third down and 15. Alabama's been hit with 10 flags for 70 yards.
Imagine they'll just run some safe play, maybe giving the ball to Nathan, who has a chance to pop it for the big play, then punt it and see what Penn State can do with it.
Up the middle. Out to about the 34. Fullback Whitman. Now they send on the punting team. And I'll bet you one thing, they count all the white shirts this time.
Well, they got a big decision whether they want to try to block it or return it. They look like they're moving back for the return.
Suey and Gooman are the deep men. No pressure. Beautiful kick by Humphrey. Oh, it's a dandy. Gooman throws it across the field, trying to get a man to the sideline, and it doesn't work so much. He threw it over to Scott Hettinger, who had come back, and he threw that wide lateral across the field, and very alertly, Randy Scott, I believe it was, had come down to protect that side of the field. And Woody Humphrey with a beautiful 45-yard high-hanging kick, his 9th of the ball game. And Penn State is back at the 21.
When you've got a serious leak, any way you say it.
Bond. We are actors, not astronauts.
The girl's got it going on.
Who's afraid now, Mr. Bond?
This month on Direct Ticket Pay-Per-View, Bond girls Denise Richards and Sophie Marceau.
Are you here for a reason? Or are you just hoping for a glimmer?
The World Is Not Enough. Sigourney Weaver.
They look like little children.
Galaxy Quest, Annette Bening in her Academy Award-nominated role.
I love shooting this gun.
American Beauty, Academy Award winner Hilary Swank.
You want the truth, don't you? I can explain. We can work this out.
Boys Don't Cry, Angelina Jolie.
You think you're just going to walk free and not pay for what you took away from me?
Hell's Kitchen, Susan Sarandon, Natalie Portman.
We're more like sisters.
Anywhere But Here, Academy Award nominee Meryl Streep.
Just play from here.
Music of the Heart. The word is out. The hottest leading women. This month on Direct Ticket Pay-Per-View on DirecTV.
Newsweek, Rolling Stone, Time, Roger Ebert. The press is soaring for Three Kings.
Did I just say soaring?
A blisteringly funny, remarkable movie. Disturbingly powerful and powerfully funny.
Get out of my way.
Three Kings is a masterpiece. George Clooney, Mark Wahlberg, Ice Cube.
You go now. I don't think so.
Three Kings.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket Pay-Per-View.
2:42 to play in the game. Penn State does have the ball, and still with the opportunity. Let's see what they can do with it. That may cost them 5 yards. Back judge throws his flag, and when he does that, the little buzzer goes off on that timer, and it's too much time, 5 yards against Penn State.
Know how Joe feels. Very frustrating afternoon. Things have not gone right for him.
2:42, it's first down and 15. Penn State from the 16-yard line. Fusina looking to throw it. Goes to the right side, pass caught. The pass is complete for a first down to Scott Fitzke on the sideline. Clock is frozen at 2:36. And once again, Fusina zips the ball.
Fitzke, number 46, pushes as if he's going deep, turns right back to the sideline. The ball is right on target as Fusina rifled that ball right there. 92, Gilliland comes in, makes the play.
Chuck has had a much better second half, 9 out of 14 for 108 yards. From the 32, Fusina to put it up again. Throws it short this time to Mike Gooman, and Gooman doubled up by E.J. Jr. and Wayne Hamilton, the defensive ends who had peeled off to cover that short zone. Gain is out to about the 37, and there's the time. The national championship riding right here. If Penn State could pull it out, almost surely they would get it. It would be the first one ever for Penn State. If Alabama wins this football game, suddenly USC, Oklahoma become big factors in the voting. That'll come next week. The pass intended for Donovan is incomplete. Barry Krause, linebacker, had dropped back, and he slapped it away.
That was a sensational effort by Krause. Watch Fusina. He's trying to throw back over the middle, and Krause gets a good break on the ball. Watch how far he can go. Number 77 right in front of the receiver and gets his hand up, knocks it incomplete.
The ball is still sitting near the 37-yard line where it is third down and 6. Third and 6, 1:59 to play. This could be it. It's a screen to Gooman. He's covered. He breaks it outside. He dives for the marker. He doesn't get it. He's going to be short of the first down. They've got to go. With 1:50 to play, they will have to go on 4th and short.
Geez, they gave him a pretty good spot, it looked
Yeah,
like.
they did, didn't they? There's an Alabama man down on the field. They advanced it a little farther than I thought perhaps they might on that play. It may be a first down. And it's Don McNeil, who has made 2 big plays in this football game, including an interception in the end zone. He's the man down on the field for Alabama. Bryant looking out, terribly concerned, because he's had to go in this ball game without his regular free safety, Ricky Tucker.
That will further weaken their secondary, but more inexperience back there.
It is a first down for Penn State. So they gave him a good spot on the ball, as Gooman is a big, lanky fellow and very strong. And at the point of impact, he apparently just lunged ahead through the crowd, and he got just enough for the first down. McNeil coming off the field rather gingerly.
With a passer like Cicina, you always have a chance. We've seen it this year at Southern Cal, Notre Dame. What can happen when you have a passer?
All right, let's check the Alabama secondary. That's where the pressure points are going to be. Murray Legg, Jim Bob Harris, Alan Crumby, and you know that the 2 linebackers, Krause and Wingo, are going to be dropping to protect the shorter zones. It could be that we'll see that same play with Fitzke lining up at a tight end, which puts a linebacker in position to cover him. That's how they got their touchdown. 1:50 to play in the ball game. Penn State, to have any hope of a national championship, they've got to pull it out. Otherwise, Alabama's going to be one of several teams claiming it. Busina back to throw on first down. Throws to the sideline. The pass is caught by Gooman, and Gooman fights his way down to the Alabama 44-yard line with 1:38 to play. That is another first down. The clock stops as they move the chains, and Penn State's in a hurry. That gained 14 yards. That's all there's left. 1:38. Number 1, Penn State, trailing number 2, Alabama, by a score of 14-7. Busina rolls and throws. The pass is caught by Brad Scoble. Tumbles out of bounds. Saves time at the Alabama 41.
I wonder if Alabama will change their defensive strategy. They have defended with 3 men rushing on each of these plays. Will they change up and put the big rush on that they had so much success with all throughout this ball game?
Well, they're playing center field now. Alabama's signaling they want a timeout, and right now the Tide will take time as Krause called it, and we'll go talk to his coach, and I'm sure that that's what they're going to talk about, is how to play their defense. Alabama with 1 timeout remaining in the game, 1 minute, 32 seconds left to play in the game.
In the 9th game of the 1987 season, Joe Montana set a league record that still stands today. He completed 22 passes. It wasn't a record because he completed 22 passes in a game. It was a record because he completed 22 passes in a row.
When you're an original, you do it your own way. Original Coors.
Original Coors. Nice pass.
You started saving for your kids' college education before they were born. Your wife still thinks of you as her knight in shining armor. And the neighbors know your door is always open. So it comes as no surprise that your auto parts are AC Delco. When the right way is the only way. AC Delco Automotive Parts.
We all do dumb things. Paying too much for car insurance doesn't have to be one of them.
Geico. A 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
We all do dumb things. Paying too much for car insurance doesn't have to be one of them.
Geico. A 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Those are the numbers on Chuck Busina in the ball game in this half. He's 13 out of 19 for 135 yards and a touchdown. He's been intercepted, however, 3 times. It's 2nd down and 7 from the Alabama 41. 1:30 to play now as Busina rolls out, throws the ball, and threw it away.
He dumped it. 1:28 to play in the game. Marty Lyons and Byron Braggs were hunting him, and Frank, they went back to what had been so successful for him.
Absolutely. Bear called timeout, says, hey, men, we're going after him. And they did. But you see, they had to get rid of the ball to prevent a big loss.
In this kind of a defensive play, though, they do stretch out the so-called short zone area because the deep people are playing way back. Let's see. 1:28 to play. 3rd down and 7. Yusina goes deep with it. Scoble is out there and can't get it. Brad Scoble, number 80, going on a post. Deep. Let's watch it.
Let's watch Scoble and see if he might think it's interference. Number 19's leg right there. See what he does. Scoble is in behind him momentarily, but the ball is overthrown, but he tripped him right there. That's close.
Yep. It is 4th down, Penn State, 7 yards to go, 1:22 to play in the game. Alabama leads 14-7. You know the story. You know the history.
Keith, they say Murray Leg is always Johnny on the spot, and I believe him.
Alabama gets the football. 1st down at the 41 with only 1:16 to play. Timeout, Penn State 2. Here you don't want to make a mistake. Penn State has to make a choice as to when they're going to call the timeout. Nathan breaks out of there. And Tony Nathan runs out to the 48-yard line for 7 yards, and now Joe Paterno calls the time. One more look at what might have been Penn State's last offensive play of the season.
That's it, number 81, curling back to the inside. Let's see, Leg, number 19. The break on the ball by Leg is just sensational. He was behind him, so when the ball got to the receiver, he was in front to break it up. That's an all-American play.
Matter there of not so much the receiver trying to catch it, but prevent Leg from intercepting and running it back upfield.
Scoble had a little push on him, didn't he?
It's your concert hall. It's your car. Keep it going with Midas. New services, more parts, a lifetime guarantee. We're more than mufflers. Go Midas.
Shoulder pads, knee pads. Now there's a new pad to keep you in the game. Boom! Tough Actin Tinactin Sports Wipes. Get to those hard-to-reach places with the only leading brand that's so tough it prevents athlete's foot. Wipe out athlete's foot. New Tinactin Sports Wipes.
Right, give me a good exit and a clean arch. Go! Come on, pay attention. Right, heads up at 4,500 feet. Look, reach, pull, go! Come on, you can do it! How many times have you done this? None, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
It's not just a new sign. It's a new Midas. Expanded services, new genuine Midas parts, a lifetime guarantee. We're more than mufflers. We're a new way to keep a good thing going. Go Midas.
It's the WNBA on ESPN. Offensive powers collide when Lisa Leslie and the Sparks head to the nation's capital to battle Shaniqua Holtzclaw and the Mystics. Sparks Mystics, Monday at 7 on ESPN.
Well, back in 1969, Penn State beat Kansas with a 2-point conversion late in the game, 15-14. Penn State benefited from the 12th man on the field, but here in this memorable Sugar Bowl game, they were hurt by the 12th man on the field. You've seen the gloom beginning to settle in a little bit now on the Penn State side of the field. 1:02 to play in the ball game. Alabama just trying to sit on it. They've got a second down and 2 from up near the 49. Major Ogilvy carries it. He's held just short of midfield, so they'll be a yard short of a first down. And we're inside a minute to play. And the Memorial Trophy awarded to the outstanding player, the MVP award, in effect, has been chosen. Barry Krause of Alabama.
Made the sensational tackle, 4th down and a foot, as Schumann tried to leap, go airborne for the touchdown. He hit him head up with his helmet right on the numbers and pushed him back. But he played sensational all day long, particularly rushing the passer.
It's been a tremendous football game. Just a tremendous football game. Third down, a yard for the first down. Nathan is held short of the first down. It'll be 4th and 1. Penn State with no more timeouts remaining. Can't stop the clock.
Now's the time they'll have to go for the block, I would think. If Alabama is going to punt the ball, their only chance would be to block it and pick it up and score with it.
Clock is running. 40 seconds to play.
They'll take a 5-yard penalty here.
Won't bother anybody to back them up 5. There it goes. So precious.
All you tell your kicker here is catch it, watch it in, and kick it with as fast a footwork as you possibly can.
A year ago in the Cotton Bowl, Notre Dame came from 5th position in the regular season poll. There's your flag for the 5-yard penalty. That'll stop the clock at 19 seconds. Notre Dame was ranked 5th, beat number 1 Texas, wound up in the final postseason poll, number 1. There are 2 games involving 2 teams that will figure in the final balloting. Those are the Rose Bowl, where USC is playing Michigan, and the Orange Bowl, where Oklahoma's playing Nebraska. Ball skitters back to Woody Humphrey. They make the run at the block. It's a poor kick. It goes out of bounds with 12 seconds to play. So Penn State's going to get at least 1 playoff, maybe 2. 12 kicks remaining. Barry Krause is the first lineman to get the MVP award of the Sugar Bowl since 1956.
When you think that Penn State has been averaging close to 400 yards in offense and could not move the ball against an Alabama team that some of the opponents this year had much success, you give the defensive coaches and staff tremendous credit for designing that defense.
Way back before the first game was played in the preseason poll, major polls had Alabama picked. They're close, if not there, when it's all done. Over the middle it goes. It is intercepted by Clements. And Clements is out of bounds with 2 seconds remaining to play. The crowd roaring out onto the field. 2 seconds to play. That is the 4th interception by Alabama, and there are people all over the field. So it's going to take a while to either run off the clock and forget it, or try to hang on and run 1 more play. See him come pouring down out of the stands and out onto the field. Relatively academic. Paul Bear Bryant, who has won 4 national championships, conceivably has won his 5th. Have to wait until all the poll voting is done, really, to know. And all the games have been played. Don't necessarily get the national championship because you finished the season undefeated. Joe Paterno's done that 4 times. He didn't get it. 1966 in the 67 bowls, for example, Alabama beat Nebraska 34-7 in the Sugar Bowl game. Finished the year 11-0, but Notre Dame and Michigan State finished the bowls ranked ahead of them.
And we lost the national championship when Alabama beat Nebraska 1 year after we had been undefeated through the season.
Penn State's 19-game win streak, longest among the Division 1A teams, about to come to an end. And once again, Penn State is denied a national title.
I think Alabama's played like national champions. I would say they played like national champions. Offensively and defensively, poised. They got a tough break when Penn State tied the game up, but they came right back with an outstanding punt return, went in and scored, and they have been able to play great defense the rest of the game.
The defense that Alabama has shown us today, Frank, is just marvelous.
Well, it's brilliant. Been sensational. Bill Oliver, the defensive coach, said they could not cover Penn State in a zone. They were going to have to rush and put a lot of pressure on Christina, and their game plan worked to perfection.
Joe is going to be turned aside one more time as he hunts elusive number 1. That's your last play of the ball game.
It is over.
Alabama has defeated Penn State by a score of 14-7. Alabama has won 6 times in the Sugar Bowl, and the bear goes for a ride. Joe Paterno comes into that melee trying to find Paul Bryant to shake his head.
Oh, you just hate in a game like this to see anybody lose. Both teams, outstanding squad, tremendous young men.
Well, this news will ring with clarity through at least 2 locker rooms. One in Pasadena and one in Miami.
They'll play 10-point center because of this upset of Penn State. Both teams on the West Coast and, of course, Oklahoma in the Orange Bowl.
I don't mean to suggest either that Michigan wouldn't be in a position to do some arguing about a national championship if they handle the Trojans of Southern Cal in the Rose Bowl.
I concur.
So there is no undefeated team in Division 1A in 1978, just as there were none in 1977. And the Trojans now will go from just outside the UCLA 40.